Just having whatever it is that's supportive to you. Maybe it's blocks, maybe a pillow or blanket, but nothing's necessary. Put us on mute. Always welcome to unmute. I see a fur baby. Love the fur babies. Yeah, so find a comfortable place to land, whatever that looks like for you this morning. You might start bringing yourself some movement if that feels good to settle, or it might feel good to just lay down, sit up. So finding what works for you. I'm just going to read this little piece by Ralph Gates called Forgiveness. Very short piece. And it reads, right there with our own felt experience, we discover that we are living like we are characters in a movie, waiting for the big moment when suddenly our lives make sense. But the movie has lasted for decades and the audience is becoming restless. Some of what we are waiting for does not exist. Some of what we are waiting for will never come. And some of what we are waiting for, only we can give ourselves. Acknowledging and accepting the state of affairs for what is, we become curious. We were born to see and to understand, so we do. We see what we cannot ever exist. We see what will never come, but most of all, we see what we must become willing to give to ourselves, and that is forgiveness. Forgiveness and compassion. I'm such a big one for compassion. Just noticing, I don't know, how that feels, how that resonates. Sometimes we get so stuck in how we think things are supposed to be. We're not able to exist in the moment of what we do have, what is present for us. So maybe just starting off right now of noticing what is present for you. We usually end these moments with what we're grateful for, but noticing what is here, what you are grateful for, what warms you. Feeling that felt sense of gratitude. And starting to notice your breath, just as it's showing up. Nothing to fix or change, just feeling the flow of your breath. And feeling the ground beneath you, feeling the stability of the earth, your props, feeling the flow of your breath. And then once again, maybe coming back to that place of gratitude. Start to lengthen the inhale And lengthen the exhale. And as you're breathing just like this, noticing if any areas feel a little sticky, a little stuck. Maybe giving them a little bit more attention, a little bit of compassion, and also a little bit of curiosity. There'd be a softening around the eyes and the jaw, softening in the shoulders, and just gently feeling that breath move through you. And if you notice the mind is wandering, thinking, just notice that. You might label it thinking, notice what you're thinking about. And then feeling the ground beneath you, feeling your breath move through you. Maybe noticing what anchors you. Is it your breath? Is it the earth beneath you? Maybe it's visual. And I invite us to come into that physiological sigh. So on your next inhale, we'll take a nice full breath in through the nose, filling all the way up. Take an extra little sip. And then gently, slowly blowing it out through pursed lips. Letting the body melt and soften. Again, full breath in through the nose. Another little extra sip. And a slow out breath through pursed lips, like you're flickering a candle, not blowing it out. Take a few more rounds on your own. Perhaps one more round. And as you are ready, coming back to your natural breath and just noticing how you feel, your body, your mind, your heart. And perhaps setting an intention for your practice. Would you like to cultivate your time on the mat, perhaps a week ahead? Beautiful. And wherever you are, I'll offer us just a little bit of tapping. So you can take your fingertips and just gently, you can start right at the forehead, just gently tapping. You can use one or two hands. I often bring my fingers together and then tap out towards my temples a little bit. There's no right or wrong here. Breathing. And then bringing your fingers to your cheekbones, beneath the eyes, maybe in towards the nose, out towards the ears a bit. Breathing. Tapping right below the nose, over the upper lip, one or two hands. Below the lower lip, the chin. And from there, you might take two hands if it's available and bring it out towards the jaw, out towards the ear, from under that lip, the lower lip. Beautiful. And then under the collarbone. And taking either hand and bringing it under your armpit and down just a little bit. Side body. Lovely. And then we can bring the hands down, offering any movement in your body right now. Notice what wants to move. We'll come back onto my mat and we can start on our backs. Take your time to get there. I feel backwards. Turn this way. You might draw the knees in, just take a hug, a little bit of a stretch in the lower back. You might rock. So nice for the nervous system. And then bringing our hands to each knee, bringing them apart and back together, nice big circles. And reversing that. Beautiful. And then we can bring the feet down with the knees bent and do some pelvic tilt. So tilting the pelvis towards you, letting the shoulders release, going back to neutral, and then tilting it away. Just moving at a pace that feels right for you. And just remember, we will do some concentration on the sciatic nerve and knowing that it starts in the lower spine. A lot of people think that it's starts in the glute. So as our spine gets compressed, which it surely does, especially when we're sitting a lot and depending on our posture, that alone can be the cause. So we'll do a lot of things today, offering extension and space. Beautiful. And then you can just find that neutral place. Well, let's do a little bit of flossing, drawing the right knee in. Your hands might come behind the leg. I'll just press that right foot up to the sky. Doesn't have to be perfectly straight. You listen to your body, and then we'll bend and lengthen a few times, just starting that flossing process. And then you might add in a point and a flex when your foot is up at the sky. Nice. And then let's switch sides. Drawing the left knee in. Same thing. First, just starting off with a bend and a lengthen. And perhaps adding in, pointing and flexing when it's up towards the sky. So we're really increasing the blood flow here as we floss the nerve that goes all the way down to our foot. Beautiful. And then we can bring that left foot down. Perhaps coming into a figure 4, so bringing your right ankle to the left thigh. And then that left foot could stay on the ground, go on a block, or come on in. Maybe bringing your hands or strap behind the thigh, left thigh, flexing into your right foot. Soft shoulders, check in with your chin that it's not pointing to the sky. Beautiful. And then we can bring that left foot down and keeping our legs just as they are. We're just going to bring movement. So your right hand goes on the right knee and drawing it in towards the left shoulder. You can keep your foot on your leg and pressing it away. And just do that several times. Nice. And we can switch sides, left ankle to the right thigh. Notice how this feels. Maybe you keep your right foot on the ground, put something beneath it, or draw the legs in, flexing into your left foot. Softening through the upper body, breathing into your left hip. You can bring that right foot down, keeping your left ankle on your knee or thigh, wherever it might be, as we draw that left knee cross body a bit and then pressing it away. Do that several times. This also helps reduce inflammation. We can uncross the legs. We'll come into bridge pose. So take it however you most, how it benefits you most. So you might have a block between the thighs. You might even have blocks under your feet. And we'll start to roll up the spine from the pelvis, feeling all four corners of your feet. Knitting the ribs together. And feel as if you're pulling your feet towards you, squeezing into the glutes. And we breathe. Beautiful option. Even if you have the block there, you might lengthen the right leg. And then bring the right foot down. You might lengthen the left leg. And bringing that left foot down. Nice full breath in. Beautiful. Exhale. We'll come on down. One vertebra at a time. If you do have the block between your thighs or knees, feel free to keep it there or not. Doesn't matter. We can draw the knees up here. I'm going to keep the block, a little bit of pressure. So I'm just pressing maybe 10% into that block. And we're going to bring our knees about halfway towards the right. Draw it back to center, halfway to the left, halfway meaning between the ground and the sky. I'll just do that a couple times. Move at your pace. Core is gently engaged. Nice. And then we'll come back to center. You can bring the feet down. You can release the block. And then we'll draw the knees right above the hips, legs in 90 degrees, hands to the sky. Beautiful. And then we can lengthen the right leg, reaching the left arm back and drawing everything back into that reverse table. If you'd rather keep the knee bent and tap the toe down, you can absolutely do that. We're going to just try and keep the hips, the pelvis as steady as possible. So you might take it a little slower. Nice. And coming back into our table, let's roll onto our right side. If you have a block, you might keep it and bring it in between the knees, or you could also bring one under your head, or if you have two nearby. Bringing the arms out, we'll do some open books. So my left hand is on top of my right, and sweeping that left arm back, letting the neck, the gaze follow. Just do several of these, opening up the chest, the heart, stretching into the pectorals. Take about two more. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to come onto our bellies before we come to the other side. I'm just going to move my blocks aside and roll right onto my belly. Bringing our forearms to the ground. You might even interlace your fingers or lay them flat, either one. Elbows are beneath the shoulders or maybe a little bit ahead of the shoulders, whatever's most comfortable here. And think about knitting the ribs together, not letting the belly and the lower back completely collapse here. So The core is gently engaged, pressing the pubic bone into the earth. Nice. And we're going to start to lower down our upper body towards our hands and then press on up. And we're going to do this a few times. So beautiful for the lower back. It's also really nice for anyone with some shoulder stuff. But this is anyone with bulging discs, herniated discs, really releases the lower back, decompressing. So it almost feels like you're bringing your shoulders to your ears and then you're pressing them away. You can envision the scapula coming together, coming apart. Beautiful. Nice. And then releasing the hands, finding our Sphinx pose. Letting the shoulders slide down. Beautiful, nice full breath in. Long breath out. Lovely. We'll come all the way down here. Feel free to make a little pillow to rest your head on, your forehead. And what we're going to do, again, we're going to stay here in the glutes, completely in the glutes, so out of the lower back. And we're going to lift. I'm just turning to look at the screen, but I would keep your head down. So lifting the left leg, squeezing into the glute, not into the lower back, and then lowering that left leg down. Lifting the right leg, squeezing into the glute, and lowering down. And just alternating here. Really engaging from the glute down through my hamstrings. Maybe taking one more set. Beautiful. Easing it all down. And then as you're ready, we can roll onto our left side. Just gonna turn around so I'm facing you. You might want to have your blocks again. Maybe one's under your head, or a pillow could be under your head. And a block between the knees. Arms out in front. And then those open books, reaching that right arm back, opening through the chest. And bringing the hands back together, finding your pace, your movement. And the purpose of the block is for just keeping the structure for the SI joint, keeping it nice and stable. Feel free to take 2 or 3 more. Beautiful. And then as you're ready, you might remove the block between the knees, and we're going to slowly come on up right into a tabletop. So just taking your time to get there. Wrists beneath the shoulders, knees hip width apart. Let's move right into some cat-cows, letting the heart reach forward, but we're just looking towards the edge of the mat here. Full breath in. Exhale, rounding through the spine. You might even send the crown of your head down, shaking it no. Bring any extra movement in that feels nourishing to you. Beautiful. We'll find that neutral spine. Let's just kind of check out our body here. So as we find this neutral spine, the shoulders are down and away from the ears. We're going to knit the ribs together and the core is a little bit engaged. Option right now to tuck the toes and lift the knees, letting them float. Continue to send those shoulders down. This is so beautiful for the lower back. Feel free to come down right away and come back up maybe. Feel free to hang out for a few breaths with the knees up. Making sure that the belly isn't sinking down. So important here. Really finding that long line, especially through the base of the spine. Beautiful. And then let's lower the knees down and we can send the hips back. Child's pose, softening down. You might walk your hands to the right, opening up the left side body. Beautiful, walking the hands to the left. Coming back to center. Nice. Let's take an inhale as we come back up into our tabletop. Extending the right leg long, gathering in through the belly again. Nice strong body, shoulders slide down. And then maybe the left arm lifts up, floats. The gaze is down. You might bring some movement here, maybe elbow to knee, and then extending, or if your left hand comes down, nose to knee. Do that a few times. Beautiful. Coming back into our tabletop, take that right to the other side, lifting the left leg, and then again, gathering, feeling the support in the lower back here by the core being engaged. Right arm might float here. And either knee to nose or elbow, yeah, knee to nose or elbow to knee, sorry. Do that a few times. Beautiful. We'll come back into our tabletop. Let's take the knees really wide here. You might walk the hands out a bit. We're going to slide the hips back. And as we slide the hips back, again, not letting the belly collapse down. So really keeping that lower back nice and level as we press back and maybe rock forward. Might do this a few times. Beautiful. And we'll find our tabletop again, so knees beneath the hips here. Let's extend that right leg again. And then we can step it forward, low lunge. You might climb your hands up onto your knee. You're just piling them right on top of each other. Dropping the chin a bit and getting a nice stretch in that left hip flexor. Shoulders soften down. Tailbone is headed down, so we're not arching here. Tailbone is straight down. Beautiful. Option to sweep the arms up to the sky. You might bring that right hand down and back. Let the arms be somewhat parallel to the ground, opening out to your right. Feeling a little balance, a little strength here. And then sweeping the right arm back up. Beautiful. Let's bring the hands back down to the ground or blocks. We'll send the hips back, lengthening that right leg, toes could be to the sky. You might keep a long spine here with a hinge at the hips, or if you like to just melt over your leg, feel free to do that. Beautiful. And come back forward into our low lunge. And then option here to tuck the toes, lift the left knee, and we're going to step this right foot back and find downward facing dog. So if you like taking down dog with blocks, you might grab your blocks and just pedal it out here. Lengthen the spine, find some space. Beautiful. From here, option to either come down into tabletop or float the body forward into plank pose, slide those shoulders down. And then from here, bending into the knees and sliding back towards your heels. And bring that right back into our plank pose. And maybe taking that a couple more times, making sure the belly is not going down. We're really supporting the lower back. Beautiful. As you're ready, releasing the knees to the ground, extending that left leg long again, gathering in through the belly, really feeling the strength of our body. And we can step the left foot forward, finding our low lunge on this side. Feel free to use blocks. You might climb your way up, bringing your hands to your left knee. Starting to drop the chin, getting an opening in the right hip flexor. Beautiful. Option to sweep the arms up to the sky, tailbone is headed down. Right? Check in with your pelvis here. Beautiful. Sweeping the left arm down and back. You can bring the right arm out in front, so they're basically parallel to the ground, opening out to your left side. Beautiful. Inhaling both arms back up. And then exhale back down, hands to blocks or the ground. And we can send the hips back, lengthening that left leg. Again, either with a hinge at the hips or a rounding. Nice. Walking back forward into our low lunge. And once again, option to, from here, to come into downward dog. Whatever works for you. You can use some blocks, stepping the left foot back. Pedaling it out, bending one knee, bending the other. Beautiful. Walking our feet towards our hands. If coming into a fold feels good to you, you might take opposite elbows, or you might bring some blocks nearby, having some support. Or you can rest your arms on your thighs. You might sway a little bit, maybe shaking the head yes, shaking the head no. Let's find that halfway lift. Lengthening the spine, shoulders are nice and wide. You can soften the knees and start to lift the heart, maybe bringing the hands back. So chair pose, weight is in the heels. Heart is open, gaze is just out a little bit in front of you. Beautiful. Let's press the earth away, smooth it all the way up. Nice long spine here, tall mountain. Bringing the right arm down and back as we did in our lunge, arms out to the side. Inhaling back to center. We'll take a twist to the other side. Beautiful. Inhaling back to center. Exhale, let's dive down. Swan dive down. We'll find that half lift. Softening down. And once again, let's root to rise. Pressing the earth away. Maybe hooking thumbs and bending towards your right. Coming back through center, hooking the thumbs in the opposite direction and reaching towards your left. Beautiful. Come back to center, releasing the hands, cactus the arms. Feel your feet on the ground. On your exhale, let's bring the elbows and palms together, tucking the chin. Inhale, opening it up. Exhale, bringing it in. Elbows and palms, chin tucks. We'll take that one more time. Beautiful. Lifting the head, hands to the heart, and just pausing for a moment. Nice. From here, let's come wide on our mat. You can take the feet nice and wide, whichever direction you're facing. Nice. And so let's bring the hands up to the sky. The toes are mostly facing forward right now versus out to the sides. And we're going to take a little bit of a segmented circle. So turning off towards your left, bringing the arms down, folding down towards the ground. Feel free to bring a bend to the knees at any point, and then coming back up. We'll take that the other direction. Feel the yourself press into the earth as you rise. Let's take that one more time in each direction. A lot of strength and balance here. Beautiful. And then from here, we can bring the hands down, start to hinge at the hips. You can always bend your knees, always know that. Maybe you want blocks beneath you, or maybe your hands touch the ground. You might widen your stance. Let's keep the right hand grounded, block or earth. Reach the left arm to the sky. Beautiful. Left hand comes down, right hand towards the sky. Beautiful. Both hands come back down. Right from here, we'll bring the toes out a little bit now. So they're facing the end, the short end of your mat, starting to walk towards your left foot. The heart can lift a little bit. We'll bend into that left knee. We'll take a walk to the other side. And your toes might lift. You might rest on your heel as you do this. We'll just come side to side here. Maybe one more round. Beautiful. Coming back to center. We'll bring the toes so they're facing forward again. Hands perhaps to the hips. Feel your feet really solid on the earth here. We're going to draw that energy up from your feet. Feel as if you're making little suction cups out of your feet, and all the energy comes up through the midline when we stand nice and tall. Beautiful. And once again, we can send the toes out, heels in, reaching the arms to the sky. On the exhale, let's take it down, bending into the knees, cactusing the arms. And then again, check out your pelvis. Is it falling forward? See if we can find a nice long line here. And we'll press it all the way back up. 5-pointed star. Take that again, sinking down into our goddess. And press it all the way back up. And last one. Beautiful. From here, we're going to take, for me, it's actually my right, but I'll say left so you can see it. I'm going to take my left toes facing the edge of the mat and start to bend into that knee. So my back foot is at that more 90 degree. We're just going to reach the arm over. You can rest your forearm on your thigh, extended side angle. Opening up here. If you feel like you're closing and that your shoulder is rounding, see if you could open it up. Lifting up a little with the core so we're not collapsing. Beautiful. We're going to come all the way back up, taking those back toes, facing them forward, and we'll do the opposite. So the opposite, I'm not going to say left or right anymore. Bending into the knee. Rest your forearm. Back arm reaches over. Again, opening the chest here so we're not rounding down and stressing the spine in any way. Beautiful. We'll press into the earth and come on back up. And bring the feet forward again, reaching the arms to the sky. Palms touch. And let's bring it all to the heart space. Beautiful. From here, looking towards the front of your mat, whatever direction that is, and we can bring our feet together, finding our Tadasana, feet on the ground, palms open. You might lift your toes and spread them wide, and then let them fall. Beautiful. From here, bringing the hands to the sky and then coming up on your toes as best you can. So sometimes they kind of come outward, kind of playing with that. Trying to stay more on the whole ball of your foot. Beautiful. And then coming on down, let's find chair pose. Sinking back into your heels. Nice big inhale. We'll come back up on our toes. Exhale, sitting back into chair pose. Beautiful. Let's sweep the arms up, tall mountain, palms touch, and we'll draw it right into the heart space. And just pause for a moment. Beautiful. If your eyes are closed, opening them, we'll find a drishti, do a little bit of balance and strength. So lifting up the right leg, feel free to hold on to anything. Beautiful. And from here, we're going to take that right knee, send it down towards the ground, and feel like you're drawing your heel into your glute without sending the whole pelvis forward. Really squeezing. You might even bring your hands to your lower back to make sure that we're not overarching here. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to come into that, bringing the knee into your chest. So maybe you use your hands, hug it in, lengthening through the left side of it. Beautiful. Hopefully all of our spines will be happy today. Let's bring that right foot down. Give it a little shake out. Nice. We'll come to the other side. So standing on the right leg, drawing the left knee up, finding a little length through that right side so we're not dumping into the hip. And then sending the left knee down and squeezing the heel into the glute without sending the pelvis forward. Really activating all the muscles there. Calf, hamstrings, quads, your glute. Beautiful. And then we'll slowly start to bring that left knee up towards our chest. Maybe your hands come around that knee, finding a little length in the right side. Beautiful. Let's bring that left foot down. Sweep the arms up to the sky, hands to the heart, and then give a little shake out. Nice. Bringing our fingertips to our shoulders. Let's make some nice big circles with our elbows. Any movement with your head and your neck. And reverse it. Beautiful. Releasing the hands down. As you're ready, we can sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, take a dive down, bending your knees as much as you like. Find that half lift. And soften down, stepping the left foot all the way back. You can drop the left knee or not. We'll bend into the right, grounding the left hand on the earth or a block, and reaching the right arm to the sky. Might circle that right arm. Beautiful. Both hands come back down. If your left knee is dropped, you might lift it, or you can also switch it from being in a tabletop. I'm going to step my left foot forward, so I'm back in a forward fold, finding a half lift, softening down, and stepping the right foot back. Low lunge. Of course, you can drop the right knee or keep it lifted as you ground your right hand, block or earth, left hand to the sky. Perhaps circling. Beautiful. Let's bring that left hand down. We can drop the right knee, send the left knee back to meet the right. And once again, find a child's pose that is nourishing to you. Maybe the knees are wide. Maybe they're together. And we breathe. Beautiful. Slowly, as you are ready, we can work our way onto our back. Lower that. Once again, perhaps drawing the knees in for a moment, maybe rocking side to side. And if it feels good to you, you might take a block or a pillow or a blanket and bring it beneath your sacrum. If you are having back pain right now, I would keep it low and soft, not a block. Let the shoulders be wide. Beautiful. You can stay in the supported bridge or send your feet to the sky. Bringing any movement that's nourishing to you or stillness. Feeling the breath move through you. You are more than welcome to stay here as long as you like. You can stay here right through Shavasana. Or if you wish, maybe taking the feet down. Just listen to your body. What do you want? Maybe removing what's beneath you. Letting the knees fall side to side like windshield wipers. Checking in. Is there any stretch, any shape, any movement your body would like to take right now? Just feel free. And then finding your way into your Shavasana. What would support you this morning? Legs might still be up at the sky. You might use a big cushion under your knees or a chair under your calves. Letting your body completely soften and melt. Weight of your head releasing to the ground, feeling supported. Eyes dropping into their sockets. Soft jaw, soft shoulders. Any tension in the arm, finger, receptive belly. Pelvis, let on the ground. And just being I invite you to come back into your body, your breath. Cleansing breath, the breath into the nose. Exhale, sigh it out, let it go. Gentle movements in your fingers, your toes, maybe stretching. If it serves you, just rolling to your left or right side, just taking a pause, and dropping in, just noticing. Slowly making your way up to a comfortable seated position. Would you close your eyes or have a soft gaze? Just bringing your hands to your heart space, offering yourself love, compassion, and so much gratitude for taking this time for you and sharing your practice with us. And me honors the light in you. You have a beautiful day today. Namaste. Thank you. Nice seeing you all.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Thank you. Be well.
Thank you. Have a
great
good day, everyone.
Enjoy the sunshine.
Enjoy. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.